What's up, guys? I just got done with my Doordash for the night. Sorry, it's dark. I don't know if you can see me very good, but I only went for, let's see, a little over 3 hours, maybe. Made like, I think I finished with $64, and it would have been 69, but little update on that previous video that I just had about the scammer. Well, same thing. Last order of the night. I decided I was just gonna take one more order and then head on home, and I get a McDonald's order for, I think it was $5. So I thought, uh, I'll go ahead and take it because it's my last order, and again, it's taking me towards home. Well, get to McDonald's, pick it up, and I go out to the car to look at the address, because what I do is I usually pick it up, go out to the car, make sure I put the order in the back seat, and then I look at my phone for the address. And what I do when I look at the address is I look up Street View so that I can get a picture of their house, so that when I get close I know what I'm looking for. So I go to look up the address, and sure enough, it's that same address that scammed me the last time. So I picked the food back up, walked it back into the desk at McDonald's, or the counter at McDonald's, and handed it to the girl. I said, "Look," I said, "I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to unassign. I'm gonna have to give this food back and unassign." And I said, "This person scammed me just a few days ago, and I refused to deliver that address." So I was like, "I'm sorry." She said, "No, I understand." She said, "Is somebody else going to pick up the food?" I said, "They may." I said, "I'm just going to unassign it, so they may assign it to somebody else." And she was like, "Okay." And so I walked back out to the car, and when I went out there, I guess I had already been so far into the order that it didn't give me the option to unassign. So I just called support, and I told them what was going on. I was like, "Look, I need to unassign and cancel from my end." I said, "I delivered this order just a few days ago, and they accepted the order and said that it wasn't delivered." So I said, I'm not gonna deliver there anymore. And I said, I refuse to deliver to this address." And the guy was nice. The guy was cool about it. He said, "I understand." He even said, "You're trying to dodge a bullet, huh?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I already got one mark on my account, on my deal saying contract violation." I said, "I don't want another one." And I said, "So I need to unassign." And he was like, "Okay." He was like, "No problem." He said, "Just move on to your next delivery." And he started laughing. He said, "I appreciate that." He was like, I you said, "Have a good day and be safe out there," and all that stuff. And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "Thank you." And I said, "I appreciate your time." And so I know people have, like, it's not as easy for people to get a hold of support sometimes, but so far, I mean, cross my feet. Like, every time I've had to get a hold of them, I've never had to wait, and they've always helped me out. Now, like I said, this is just based off of my experience. I don't dash in a big city, so, like, this is just from my point of view. But I've had to call once for a Walmart order that is a part of the reason I will never take another Walmart order again. Um, and I'm sitting in a Walmart parking lot right now. But another time was for, what was that one for? I can't. Oh, it was for a Chinese food place. They they didn't have part of the order that the person uh ordered. Like, they ran out. It was they two of the orders of sushi that they ordered, they didn't have them, so they didn't ring the order up, and it was a red card order. So when I got there, they were like, "We don't have that sushi. And I was like, okay, well, let me call the customer and see what they, if they want a replacement or whatever. So they did. And when they told them the replacement, the restaurant had me run my red card twice because they rang it up as 2 separate orders. And I was like, oh my gosh, here we go. So I call support, I let them know, and the lady was like, they should have only had you run your card one time. And I was like, yeah. I was like, but what? And I explained it to her. I was like, there's actually 2 separate orders going to the same place. And she was like, okay. She was like, well, if there's any questions, she was like, the restaurant will contact the restaurant and they'll have to answer it. And I was like, cool. I was like, I'm good to go, right? She said, yeah. So I went on, delivered it. That was maybe a month ago or so, and I never heard anything else about it. So she was helpful. And then tonight, this guy, so every time I've had to call support, they've been helpful. And I mean, like I said, that's my experience. I don't know if that's going to be the same for you, but overall, it was a decent. I mean, it wasn't great. Like, it started off okay. I got like a few $8 orders off the bat, but I mean, I was declining $3 and $4 offers left and right. And then the orders, some of the orders that I did get that were borderline like $6, they were taking me like 8 miles away, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So I mean, for as little time as I did it, I'm okay with what I got. But in the future, I'm going to try to start doing longer dashes probably, and getting out a little bit earlier. But I did get the body cam in. I just have to get a mini SD card for it, and then I'm going to test it out. But I already like clipped it to my shirt, and it's a little awkward because it's kind of heavy. But I mean, I could put up with it if it's going to save me from getting, contract violations again. But once I get it and actually use it for a shift, then I'll report back on, how it worked out. But yeah, I mean, if you get scammed and I mean, when it happens, because I mean, I hate to say this, but I didn't think it was going to happen to me. And I mean, unfortunately, it's going to happen. Like, if you're doing this work, it's going to happen. Eventually, somebody's going to say that they're trying to get free food. They're going to say that you didn't deliver their order. So remember, like, I would just protect yourself. I know some people take pictures as they pull up or as they're delivering. I've seen one guy that delivers with somebody, and that person records them the whole time they're delivering. I guess they just stand there and kind of point the phone at them. I don't know how they don't get people mad, but I mean, whatever works. You got to protect yourself. So if it does happen, remember that address, remember that name, and don't deliver to there again, because if they do it once and they get away with it, they're going to do it again. And once Dashers refuse to deliver to those addresses, maybe they'll start to look at their accounts. Maybe they'll get shut down. I don't know. But for me, I'm never going to that address again. And it's an apartment, so I know the apartment number. I know the name. If I see both of them, not happening. But you gotta, I mean, fool me once, shame on you, So just be careful, and otherwise, it's not a bad deal. Like, the DoorDash, I've enjoyed it the whole time. And like I said before in my other video, it's kind of addictive. Like, I look forward to going out dashing because it's fun. I sit in the car, listen to radio, and enjoy myself rather than slaving at a 9 to 5. I mean, this works for me. And like I said before in another video, it gives me time with my kids, and that's the main thing for me right now. And it gets my bills paid. So that's it for all. That's all I have to say. But yeah, just remember all these things. Don't put them out of your head. When these things happen, remember them for next time, so that you can avoid repeating the same mistake. But yeah, that's it for me. Have a good night.